Hi, friends. Welcome back to another weekly live reading from Juno Intuitive Arts. We're going to be doing a series of tarot readings today for your zodiac signs. So we'll be doing your sun, moon, and rising signs, as well as a collective reading at the end. So if you're catching this in post, and I think most people will be this week, which is totally fine, go ahead and go down to the description section of this video. There you will find a link to where your zodiac signs are in the reading, as well as the collective reading at the end. I encourage you to watch that as well. A little quick intro of why I wasn't on yesterday when I usually am is I was doing a sale down here in Portland. I'm currently in Portland right now. And it was a craft fair that went really well, where I was selling some of my artwork as well as tarot readings, and it was a lot of fun. So let's get into the week. What energy can we expect for the week? We're going to start with Aries. What can our Aries sun, moon, and rising signs expect for the week? All right. So Aries, you have the star. So Aries, this is a really powerful moment this week for you to tune into your own inner light, your own inner strength, and use that to push yourself forward this week. I think that you may be entering the week from this sort of struggle energy where things might feel stuck. You might be fighting with other people or with yourself, right? There could be an internal stuckness or an external stuckness that's keeping you feeling a little bit blocked. I think maybe you enter the week that way, Aries, but with the star is coming to shine and burst you out of those feelings and put you into a new plane. So as that happens, I think that you'll end up ending the week with this feeling of possibilities, of being able to move forward. So Aries, sun, moon, and rising, I think by the end of the week this week, you're going to be feeling really like you have opportunities to move and change and flow in whatever directions you need for yourself, and you're not feeling too stuck or like things aren't possible. I think you're going to be starting to journey off into the next moment for yourself and be able to create a new way of understanding and thinking for things. Finally, you have the Nine of Wands. So I think as you leave that and you enter into this possibilities energy, you won't necessarily be forgetting whatever struggle you might have been in the past. And so just take it one day at a time. And even if you feel like you're worried that the other shoe is going to drop, just trust that you have the power at your disposal to make whatever you need happen, and that you can be in a happiness energy. You can move into a positive place that is possible. So Aries, sun, moon, and rising, I hope that that's helpful. We're going to move on now to Taurus. What can my Taurus signs expect this week? Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, Taurus. First things first, you had the Nine of Swords, which is the anxiety card. So I think it's really important this week for my Tauruses to not get too lost in anxious energy. Don't be too afraid of what things are, of how the world is moving for you. Don't overthink it, right? Don't think that maybe because X isn't working that Y won't work, or any of those kinds of understandings of things. I think it's important this week for you, Taurus, to not overthink things. Now, with the king, you have two kings here. You have the King of Wands and the King of Cups. So actually, I think that if you can move yourself out of this worry energy, I think it moves you into a place of actual feeling really solid in yourself and solid in how things are moving for you. And I think that that's really the energy that's gonna help you this week. With the King of Cups and the King of Wands, I think that your power this week comes from you following your inspirations, of passionately moving through the things that you need to. This card is a master manifester, so he's able to create whatever he needs for himself. He has an idea and he puts it into action and he makes it happen. So there's a real opportunity for you to do that this week, Taurus, and it's going to help you feel more solid in your own emotional stability as well, and being able to be there nurturing wise for those around you as well as for yourself. So I think that the more that you follow your inspirations this week, the more that you'll be in a place of feeling as though you can be in a really solid place inside and also help those around you as well. Now, finally, Taurus, you're going to end the week this week by coming home to yourself. So you have a real homecoming energy available to you this week. So really allow yourself to be at peace with wherever you are in the moment and open yourself up to this real homecoming energy, that you're really coming home to yourself this week in a way where you can feel really solid in yourself. So even if you enter the week feeling a bit anxious, you have this ability to transform that into this really solid internal place by making sure that you follow your passions and you listen to your emotions this week. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that was the reading for you. I hope that it's helpful. We're going to move on now to Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What can our Geminis know this week? All right, Gemini. Gemini, you just got real quick, you got the star as well. Aries got the star. So there's definitely that star energy for you. This is probably a collective message for everybody. So we'll just mention it briefly. With the star coming out here, I think we're overcoming some difficult things this week. So you really have the opportunity to overcome any kind of challenges that might be pushed your way. Now, you have the victory card, though. So for you, Gemini, you're really going to be victorious in where you are this week. You're really kind of overcoming any kind of challenges and moving into a place of really feeling success. So feeling like things are working, feeling as though you're on the right path, feeling as though you're on a roll. You've got all of that available to you this week, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And that's going to give you the power and the confidence within you to move forward. Now, a part of where that confidence is coming from is it's coming out of any kind of stuck energy. So you might have been entered the week feeling stuck, but you're coming out of that. You're coming into a place here where you can cut through all of the things that are binding you, cut through anything that is holding you back, cut through any noise going on around you, and coming into a place of real solid sense of self, solid sense of knowledge of you, and really kind of not questioning where things are, knowing exactly where you need to be, and not feeling afraid to move from that kind of place. So Gemini, finally, you have the Page of Cups. So I think you're learning how to be balanced in your emotional space as well this week. I think there are going to be tools and things at your disposal to help you feel more comfortable in yourself and feel more comfortable in who you are and where things are moving for you. And that ultimately is going to lead you to this sense of victory. So I think ultimately this week you're going to be victorious in whatever you set your mind to. So really go for it. Really put yourself out there and try to make it happen. Okay, so that was Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to move on now to who comes next. After Gemini, we have Cancer. I'm going to do a quick shuffle of the deck. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can our Cancer signs know this week? Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, Cancer, you got some good stuff. You are leveling up. You got the World card. So for my Cancers this week, you're moving up and on to something different. You're moving out of one cycle and into a new one. So, and this cycle is something that's up a level from where you've been. So Cancers, something's going on in your world this week to help you move on from something and move into something new. As you do that, it's going to help you come to a place of balance. I think that this is a week of really balancing things out, and also, not being afraid to ask for help. That asking help from others could help you move into this level, and also, though, becoming available to help those around you could also be a thing as well. That offering your assistance to others could help you move into something new as well. And especially if you feel distracted on whatever's going on in your personal life, helping somebody else can help you get out of whatever personal thing you're in and work yourself into a more of a larger consciousness. And I think that in general is going to really help you out this week, because you have this Three of Cups, which is celebration with friends. And so this is a great week for you to meet up with loved ones, meet up with friends, and and be with other people. And I think the more that you do that, the more that you get into this sense of balance. And that's another thing that helps you level up, is realizing that you need to be with these other people, that being with other people and changing things up can help you feel better about yourself and about the world and about where you're at. And the more that you do that, the more that you feel more solid and comfortable in where you are. And I think that ultimately where that leads you to by the end of the week, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, is that you end in a place of the Knight of Wands, which is energy and movement towards passions and inspirations. So I think that as long as you are following your heart this week, I think it's going to move you into a place of being able to celebrate with other people. So really, you know, follow your heart, follow with fun energy. I think this week is it's important for you to have some fun and make sure that you're getting out there and enjoying yourself. You're doing things to have a good time and not being afraid to have a good time. I think that's going to be really huge for you this week, because it's going to help pull you out of any kind of stagnant energy you might be in, and help you rebalance your energies. That I think that maybe you've been a little bit alone. And so this is a great week to get out there and be out there with others. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that that's helpful. We are going to move on now to Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What do our Virgos need to know this week? Okay, Virgo. All right, Virgo, you are overcoming challenges. So Virgo, you are breaking out of some kind of battle or struggle that you've been in and finally able to move up and on from that situation. This is an ability to work through any kind of struggle or fight and start to come out to the other end. So for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you're really opening yourself up to new possibilities, opening yourself up to the world where it is now, who it is now, what's happening now, and moving into an open-ended section for yourself where you can open yourself up to new ideas, new possibilities. And this is kind of happening a little bit on your own. So I would say for my Virgos, don't be afraid to go off on your own this week and do your own thing, because that's going to be really important and helpful for you. This is a woman who is basking in her own private garden. She is enjoying herself on a deep level and not afraid to take the time to love and honor herself wherever she is. She's not pushing anything too hard in any direction. She's balanced in her own sense of self, and she's not letting other people tell her what to do. So you have this opportunity this week to walk away from the noise of those around you, which I think is a part of what this is, starting to come out on your own and enjoy yourself on your own. Now, it's important to remember, Virgos, that you are the emperor. So you have the ability to be the emperor of your own life. You can dictate whatever is happening. You are in control of your life and of your situation. You don't have to let other people tell you what to do. It's up to you to move through life however you know you need to. Don't let anyone else tell you one thing or the other. That you can put your life in whatever direction you need. Finally, you have the Hierophant. So the tried and true, I think, is going to be really big and important for you this week as well. So don't be afraid to do the things that you know will help in your situation, right? So I'll look to the past a little bit as well. See if other people have done things a certain way, and that maybe doing things in a similar manner could help you instead of totally breaking. I mean, as much as you do want to break free and do your own thing, I think that's important too. So actually, you know, this could be what has worked for you in the past. Pull from your own past experience this week to help you move forward. This doesn't necessarily mean doing something completely new and different. This could be doing the same thing, but in a new way that can help you out moving forward on your own. So anyway, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that that is helpful. We are going to move on now to Libra. And I'm just going to do a quick shuffle first. Okay, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Libras need to know? All right, Libra, you got a bunch. Okay, Libra, you are kind of dealing with some interesting stuff this week. Okay, so take it as it resonates. If this doesn't feel right, check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. They all got different messages. But for Libras this week, you're kind of at a crossroads here. So with the Two of Swords, this is trying to make a decision on how to move forward and maybe feeling a little bit stuck at that. You have two different options, and you don't know necessarily how to move forward. A part of this energy is coming from a place of of heartbreak. So something has happened in your past, or you're going through it now. You would know what this is, but something has happened to leave you feeling like, you know, you've got some heartbreak here. You've got some deep inner struggle. And so now is the time to try to move out of that heartbreak energy. And I think that whatever choice you end up making, you know, this heartbreak might be a part of what's making you feel stuck here. And so it's leaving you in a position where you don't know how to move forward because you don't know what to do from that place, and you don't want to end up back into this place. I think is huge. You're afraid of ending up back here, and you don't want to end up back into that. So the one thing, I think because of that, it's leaving you feeling really like you're overprotecting yourself. You're playing it really, really, really safe. And so you know, you're not moving forward at all. And I think that's leaving you feeling stuck. So you don't have to play it too cautious. I think that's important, right? It's important to remember that. Now, as you're trying to move forward, you've got two different pathways ahead of you of what you can choose to move forward from that. With the Knight of Swords, this is like somebody who's really brash and running out and doing it really quick and just going for it in a way that's maybe not necessarily the best for them. So I would say, you know, you don't have to do it that way. And I think maybe a part of where this overly cautious energy is coming from is that you are afraid that all actions will be like this, right? Where he's just brashly going out there and falling, right? And so you're afraid of that happening to you. But I think it's important to remember that that's not necessarily the case. And so the advice for moving forward is the rest card. So I would say sleep on it this week, Libra. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Don't push it too hard in any direction. Just allow yourself to be really open-ended and open-minded of where you are in this moment, and get some rest, get some sleep, because I think that the right answers for you, the correct feelings for you, the right way to move forward for you is going to become really, really apparent the more that you take some time to sleep and some rest and come back into yourself. And then the clear pathway forward will become obvious instead of you trying to push something in any one direction. So Libra, I hope that that is helpful, and I hope you have an excellent week. We're going to move on now to Scorpio. Let me just shuffle real quick. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Scorpios need to know this week? Okay, Scorpio, we got some repeat messages, so some more collective energy going on here. You both got the Two of Swords and the Three of Cups. These have come out for some other piles, so I think there's an important to highlight them real quick. There's probably a collective message for all of us. Get out there and have some fun with people. You know, don't feel too stuck. You know, you might be deliberating of what way to move forward, but ultimately get out there and have some fun with other people, and that'll help you a little bit. So that's an aside message. But Scorpio, what's going on for you this week? I think that this week is a perfect week to tune into your own intuition, to tune into your own inner psychic abilities, to tune into your own thought process and tune into who you are and what's going on inside in your own internal world, and connect into the spiritual, to the divine. This is a great moment for that. So take some time out to get some rest and to make sure that you are listening to that. Maybe do some meditation work. Really tune into the internal systems here. I think that's going to be really, really helpful for you this week in tuning into who you are and what's going on for you. You have the Knight of Wands, which is a powerful charging forward to your passions and your inspirations. So I think that the more that you can tune into your intuition, the more you're going to be inspired to move forward on something. Now, with this Eight of Pentacles, I think that you've been putting in a lot of hard work into certain areas, and that hard work may be starting to pay off, but also, you know, you're going to have to keep putting in that work. And so I think that by tuning into your intuition this week, it's going to help inspire you to keep moving forward on these projects and situations and things that you've been working really hard on. I think you're going to have to keep putting in a lot of work into these areas, and that's okay. I think you're going to be feeling really inspired to continue to do that work and that action this week, Scorpio, and that's going to help fulfill you. Now, also, you have the Two of Cups, which can talk about connecting into the self more, but it can also talk about partnership with other people, either a romantic partnership or some kind of business partnership or something like that. So there could be opportunities to either further develop a romantic connection. That's possible for some people, or start one. Or this could be finding finding some kind of partner in whatever venture you're working really hard on. So you might be opening yourself up to meeting and connecting with like-minded people this week, especially because you do have the celebration with others this week too. So you might be connecting in with others in a way that can help you move forward on some kind of creative venture that you're working on, or whatever project or business venture you might be working on. So anyway, Scorpio, I hope that that's helpful. I hope you have an excellent week ahead. We're going to move on now to Sagittarius, I believe. And I think we are still in Sagittarius season. So happy birthday to all my Sagittariuses out there. I think we're still in it for a little bit longer, I believe. I think probably the solstice, 21st is when Capricorn starts. I can't remember. Don't quote me on it, but let me know in the comments. I think so. All right. So Sagittarius, what can my Sagittariuses expect this week? All right, Sagittarius. So you have the Two of Wands cards here, and this card came out for another pile too. I can't remember which one. But you are journeying into something new. You're ready to set sail into the new world, into doing something different. Or really travel could be something big for you as well. For a lot of people, this could be travel, could be traveling inside, you know, doing some deep inner work, or actually traveling in the world, going out there, going somewhere different, seeing something new. So that could be helpful for you as well, as doing something a little bit different, seeing something new. Even if it's in your own backyard, you know, even if it's somewhere really close to you, going somewhere different, I think, is going to be really huge for you this week in opening your mind and opening your perspective to something really different that will help you feel more good about yourself, good about what you're doing. Now, you have the King of Wands this week. So for you, you're really tuning into your master manifestation energy. This is really tuning into your ability to make anything happen for yourself and plant that staff into the ground and see what grows, right? I think that this week is going to be all about having faith and confidence in your abilities to make things happen and to go out there and try to get there, right? You can do it. You can make anything happen. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which talks about growth. It talks about putting in hard work, and it talks about, you know, not being quite at the harvest season yet, but that it's coming. So, you know, I think that you've been putting in a lot of hard work in certain areas and you haven't necessarily seen a result in it yet. And that's okay. I think that's okay. I think that it's important to have faith in your own self, in your own abilities, and to keep the faith that knowing that the more that you put in that work, the more it will lead somewhere, right? When you're gardening and you're planting seeds, if it's not harvest season yet, you can't pick the fruit. And that's okay. You still know that harvest season will come as long as you continue to water your crops, make sure they're getting enough sunlight, doing all the things that you know need to happen for that. The more that you put that in, the more it will lead to something. But it can be a little bit of a mind-breaking work sometimes when you have to continue to put in work somewhere and you don't necessarily see results. It can get really frustrating and it can seem like it's not leading to anything, and that can make you feel really discouraged. So just don't feel so discouraged this week. You know, remember that you're the King of Wands. He can make anything happen, and you can too. And that this movement is moving towards something because you have the Chariot here. So you are catapulting yourself towards victory. It is happening for you. You are charging forward to victory. It's coming and it's moving swiftly. So as long as you continue along that path, it will lead somewhere. Even if it doesn't feel like it, trust that it's going to go somewhere, because it is. It is leading you to somewhere. 23:23 on the clock. I don't know. That might mean something to some people. Okay, that was for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I hope you have an excellent week ahead. We are going to move on now to Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising signs. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. What do my Capricorns need to know? Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know? All right, Capricorn, you have the moon. So that's what came out first. We'll put some of these aside here. Capricorn, you have the moon. So I think that as you move forward this week, you won't necessarily know what's happening. That can be frustrating, right? It can be really frustrating to not necessarily know fully where you're going or what direction is happening, and feel as though, even though you might want things to happen currently, not knowing exactly where it's going, that can be a little bit frustrating. But I think that what's important with the moon card is to pay attention to the trajectory you want to go down, and be open to not knowing everything that's coming, but knowing the general idea of where you're going. I think as long as you keep sight of your goals and you know what your next step is, that's all that necessarily matters in this moment. With the moon card, you can see some of the pathway illuminated ahead of you. Even though you can't see the entire landscape, you at least can see a little bit of it. So you can start to move forward from that place of knowing what your next step is, and just take one foot in front of the other. I think that's going to be really important this week. So don't try to think about every little tiny thing that could happen, every little tiny thing that you want to have happen. Only think about what you know you need to do now and do it. And then when that's done, the next thing will pop up, and you know what you need to do that, and you can do it, and you can move forward from there, right? So keep doing it from that, and I think that's going to really help you out this week. Now, you have the King of Cups, so it's important to be really connected to your own emotional space this week as well. Be really open to nurturing your inner being, and make sure that you're being kind to yourself this week and to others. Don't be afraid to share compassion with yourself when things are difficult, even if things are, you feel as though you should be somewhere else. Have compassion for who you are, where you are right now, even if you're not exactly where you want to be. Just give yourself some love this week. I think it's going to be really important, because ultimately I think that you're learning how to do things differently. You're learning how to change the physical world around you, how to make money in a different way, how to improve your health in a different way. This is all about learning how to do that, and learning how to put yourself in a new position where you can feel more comfortable in who you are, where you are, and what's happening. So don't feel as though, if you're just learning how to do things differently, or you feel like you're just starting out in a certain area, don't feel as though that means that everything is bad for you or nothing can work out, right? We all have to be at the beginnings of things sometimes, and we have to change how we do things. So I think this week you're going to be learning how to do things a little bit differently, but that ultimately that new knowledge is going to help you move forward. So definitely continue to give yourself some nurturing energy. Remember that you are the emperor of your life. You can make anything happen. Anything you need for yourself, you can go out there and make it happen. You have the tools at your disposal, even though it doesn't seem like it. Trust that you do, and look for them. They might be hidden. They might not seem on the surface level to be exactly what is needed for you, but if you look a little bit deeper, you might start to see that you have exactly what you need. Finally, you have the Nine of Swords. So don't overthink things this week. This is the anxiety energy. So don't feel as though you can have to let your mind get the best of you. You can let that go a little bit, take some time, take some breaks to release any of that anxiety. And that's going to help you feeling a lot more solid in yourself this week. So Capricorn, I hope that that's helpful. We're going to move on now to Aquarius. I'm going to shuffle real quick first, though. All right, Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. What do my Aquariuses need to know? All right, Aquarius, you are the magician this week. You have all of the elements at your disposal to create anything for yourself. This is a powerful card. So I think this week is going to be really magical for my Aquariuses out there. So tune into it. Tune into the magic that exists within you and channel that into creating whatever you need for yourself. It's here for you. It's time. So channel in that magic energy and make things happen. You have the 8 of Pentacles. So with the 8 of Pentacles, you've been putting in a lot of hard work in certain places. So keep going. I think the work will continue, but keep putting in that work in those places that you need to, because it's gonna lead you to somewhere really powerful and really good. So keep doing that. You have the Ace of Cups. So this is a week of really feeling solid in your emotional space this week as well. You're going to be feeling really comfortable in your emotions. A new beginning in that sphere too. So maybe finding something new to bring yourself happiness this week could be really huge. So there's something going on where you can tune into the happiness that exists within you and channel that into whatever direction you need for yourself. So really be open-minded to doing something differently this week, Aquarius, because that's going to help you bring in a new sense of happiness. It's interesting. You have two of these cards, so I think there's going to be a balance as well. Make sure that you're getting a balance of enough alone time as well as enough time with others this week too. I think that's going to be huge. Don't be too alone, but also don't put yourself in situations where you're with other people too much that it's overwhelming. I think that's going to be really important to remember and maintain this week. So go ahead and make sure that you have some kind of healthy balance between giving time to your loved ones and giving time to yourself. I think as long as you do that, it's going to be really powerful for you. But ultimately, like I said, you have the Magician this week. So you are magically making things happen. You can push things into whatever direction you need. You can channel whatever needs to happen in any way, and that's going to help you move forward. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that's my reading for you. I hope you have an excellent week ahead, and we're going to finally finish up with Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Pisces need to know? All right, Pisces. Interesting. We have this one as well. So this came up for a bunch of piles today at a crossroads. So for you, though, your crossroads is kind of like the in-between of playing it really safe, making sure that you are holding your cards safe, you know, and maybe not getting out there, not putting yourself out there. You're deliberating between doing that, staying home, or going out and having a new way to change your physical world, a new way to make money, a new way in health, a new way of being. You're kind of deliberating between those two. And, you know, should I put myself out there and do something new, or should I stay home and play it safe, right? I think that you're kind of deliberating those two things this week. But ultimately, you have some advice here with the King of Swords to make sure that you know that your deep analytical mind is what's going to help you make this decision and move forward. So really trust your mind, trust your thought process. Trust your ability to see things clearly and to cut through any difficult things, that you have a sharp mind and a sharp intellect, and that intellect can help you make these decisions in the right way. So don't feel like you have to overly hold things too close here. You can put yourself out there. You can do something different. You can make new things happen for yourself, that you have the power and energy at your disposal to do that. So really be open-minded to that and let yourself flow in whatever direction you need. So Pisces, I hope that was helpful. We're going to move on now to the group reading. So what does the group need to know this week? What does anybody watching need to know in this moment? All right, collective, everybody. Yeah, this one came up for a bunch. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep and enough rest this week. I think rest is going to be really big. So there's probably a lot of powerful energies moving through the collective right now. And so taking some time out to get enough sleep, to get enough rest, to recoup your energy is going to be really, really, really important. So if you've been pushing really hard, take a step back now and rest a little bit and make sure that you're rejuvenating your energy sources, because that's going to be really powerful and helpful for you moving forward. So make sure that you've got enough rest, enough sleep, and that's helping you feel really solid in yourself here. Now you have the Page of Cups. So this is a new beginning and a new start in the emotional sphere and in the emotional body. So I think this week we're all kind of coming to a new place in our emotions. So there's things going on this week for us where we can come to a better sense of self, a better sense of feeling good about ourselves, and maybe a new way of processing emotions. I think that make sure that you are listening to your emotional body this week. And if things are different for you this week emotionally than they've been in the past, that's okay. Meet yourself exactly where you are now. Meet yourself with the inquisitive student energy as well, the student learning energy, that it's okay to not know everything. It's okay to not know exactly what's happening, that you can tune into this powerful student energy to help you move forward. That's going to help you feel a little bit more solid in yourself. You have the Three of Wands. So you are opening your heart and yourself up to journeying into the future. This is seeing opportunities available to you and going for them. You have the ability this week to tune into whatever opportunities want to come in and really start setting off into the sunset. Walk into those abilities and open yourself up to that. That's going to be huge. Finally, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving knight of all of the tarot, but he is one of the most powerful. So this is movement in the physical sphere. This could be actually moving for some people. This could be changing the environment. It could be new jobs, new opportunities that way, new places, that kind of thing. But there's a lot of energy in movement in the physical world, and those movements can be slow. This is also kind of can be the movement towards building something. If you're building something up, if you're working on something physically in the world, that is going to see movement this week. You're going to see movement on your projects. You're going to see movement on your opportunities towards creating things. So open yourself up to it. Be present in the moment, and it'll really continue to work out in positive ways for you. So anyway, everybody, that was my reading for all of you this week. I hope that it resonates. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate everybody being here. I apologize for being a little bit off on the dates from when I usually do it. That is my fault. But if you made it this far, thank you anyway for tuning in. Next week, I will be returning to the normal time on Sunday. I'm still kind of figuring out exactly what the best time on Sunday will be. So if you have any thoughts, when do you want our Sunday reading? I'm very open-minded to it. So go ahead and leave me a comment below of when you would like that reading. I might even put out a poll soon, kind of asking what the best time on Sunday might be, Sunday mornings, afternoons, or evenings for people. So we'll find out. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you all later. Goodbye. Thanks for tuning in.